Hello, I'm Dan and I'm the guest chef today at Rosina's Italian Kitchen. Today we're not cooking Italian food, we're actually going to produce some wonderful Thai curry. Most of us have had Thai food, but few of us have actually cooked it. And recently I've been able to prepare with the help of the COVID crisis and being locked in, preparing my own Thai curry for the first time in over 20 years of eating Thai food. So this hopefully will empower people to make their own Thai food at home for a very affordable price. So first of all, let me introduce you to some wonderful Asian ingredients to get started. However, the first ingredient, very possible with good cooking, is a good bottle of wine. So what I have today is a cab I bought at Costco, very reasonably priced. And this is as good as any $30 wine. It's on sale today for $7.99. So anyway, curries. Curries are very popular in Asian cuisine. Many cultures, Thai is the one best known. However, the Philippines, India, and other countries in Southeast Asia love curries. There are many types of curries, and it's amazing just how easy you can do this yourself. Go to any Asian grocery store. All the popular curries that you see on a menu are available in these curry paste containers. They're around about $3 a piece. Today I'm going to make perhaps the most common curry, which is the yellow curry. You can have the green curry, the red curry, the massaman curry, Penang curry. These are all readily available. The base of the sauce for these curries is simply coconut milk and the curry paste. We use approximately 1 tablespoon of curry paste to each can of coconut milk for the base sauce. Other Asian ingredients you may not need when you're shopping at the Asian store. Fish sauce. This gives us a layer of flavor that many of us can't detect, but it just adds a wonderful kick to your Asian dishes. This is fish sauce, $3 a bottle, and probably last you a year. Lemongrass, right here. And we have some Thai basil. This will probably be used today more or less as a garnish. Once we complete our dish, typically we serve this with rice. The restaurants typically serve more of an aromatic rice, basmati or jasmine. Right now I've used my rice cooker and I have basmati rice going right now. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes for the rice. So we started that about 10 minutes ago. And so the first step to this process is that we are going to sear chicken thighs. Now what I've prepared are 3 pounds of chicken thighs. These are boneless, skinless thighs. I've trimmed off the fat. And a few hours ago, I first dried the chicken, because when you sear, you want your meat relatively dry, not moist. And I've added about a tablespoon of the fish sauce to infuse a little more flavor. So we're going to take a break at this point. I'm going to get the skillet going. I'm going to sear the chicken and I'll describe the next steps. Okay, we're back. We have a large skillet which we will use throughout this presentation. Our first step is we've added the olive oil, about 2 tablespoons. The oil now is very hot, top temperature. We have our chicken, and which has been patted dry and sitting in a tablespoon of fish sauce, and now we're going to sear. So when we're back, you'll see this fully seared and set aside, and we'll move on to the vegetables. Hello, Dan, I'm back. We now have our seared chicken thighs, just came off the skillet, and our next step will be to saute our vegetables. Now what we have here are thinly sliced carrots, bell pepper, yellow, green, and red. And I prefer the darker red bell peppers for a color, almost the maroon color of bell pepper works great. And a very large sliced onion. So we're going to saute these vegetables. We'll then set them aside, much like the chicken. And our third step is prepare the sauce. And then we'll incorporate everything together and we'll have dinner very soon. Now, while we were waiting, our rice, the basmati, just beeped. So it's finished its cooking stage. However, I think for best results, I like it to steam and warm for a good 15 minutes. So why don't we take a break I'll saute these vegetables and then we'll prepare our sauce. Hello, we're back now. We have these beautiful sauteed tricolor vegetables with our deep maroon bell peppers, carrots, green bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, and of course our onions. We did sprinkle a touch of salt, and this went very light. We'll taste for salt at the very end. We have our seared chicken thighs. Next, we'll build our salt. Now, to build our salt, you want to bring out your aromatics. So let me explain what we're doing. In this skillet right here, we have olive oil. Now, we're using the same skillet, so we're going to get some of that flavor from the other things we've cooked. Next thing we're going to do is add 1 tablespoon of the yellow curry paste for each can of coconut milk. In this case, we're going to do 4. So just kind of take 4 scoops, put it into the olive oil, get some of that, something like this, something like that. Depending how strong you make it, you can, a little heavier, a little lighter. We'll do a little taste test a little later. The other thing we're going to do, we have fresh ginger and garlic. Not a whole lot, maybe a little over a teaspoon apiece. Throw it in there. So what we're going to do is incorporate this with our oil. This will help build our sauce. We might need a touch more oil. So these aromatics will be the base. And once I get this going, we're going to add some turmeric. So break that paste up, incorporate in the oil. Just briefly like that. Turmeric. And I think we need a little more oil. This kind of goes by feel. Now, it's doing pretty good. So let's move on and start incorporating our coconut milk in our paste. I would suggest putting in a little at a time. Get our whisk going and build this sauce up really nice. You can just see those wonderful yellow curry colors. They're looking really nice. And we're going to do, since we have a large amount, we have 3 pounds of thighs, a large amount of vegetables, we're going to make enough for probably 8 people, which at a restaurant would be at $15 a serving, talking $120. This entire dish cost about 15 bucks. And you can make this at home very, very quickly, probably faster than you can order a takeout. Okay, so let's just grab a few more coconuts. About a half a can at a time. Whisk. It looks like we've got that paste broken down really nicely. So, if we want it a little stronger, we'll do a taste test. We could always add a little more of the yellow paste. We'll check that out on the end. So the first ingredient we're going to add to our sauce is the chicken. We want the chicken to simmer and tenderize. Last thing we add will be our vegetables. We've done a few little things here. The fish sauce to flavor the chicken. Another little thing is this thing right here. It's called lemongrass. It's very popular in Thai cooking. We're going to take a cut of our lemongrass. It's not something you eat, but it'll add flavor. Let's throw that in our sauce. And the chicken, which will be simmered. This will simmer, say, a good 10 minutes. We'll add the vegetable, maybe 15 minutes total. We're done for plating. Okay, we are back, and after this wonderful experience of preparing Thai food, probably faster than you could pick it up at your local restaurant, we have our final plated dish of basmati rice, yellow Thai curry, a nice little garnish of the Thai basil. Been drinking the wine, it's working great. And a couple little tips, if you have a squeeze of lime, that goes very well with this. And if some of your guests want to kick up the heat, use a little crushed red pepper, and you can get as hot as you want. So until next time, for the approachable Asian cuisine, the end.